Glad for you all to join me. I was just thinking, everybody had a wonderful school in their mind. Well, I am. I'm thinking about Carver Hill School. You know, it was named after the great scientist, Dr. George Washington Carver, and my good friend, the Reverend Edwin Hill. Now, personally, if you want to know a secret, I think it should be named Carver Hill Conyers School. My father, he gave the land that the school was built on in 1954. That old Edwin, he's supposed to just take the paperwork to the school board. They gave him the credit and put his name on the school. My name is James Conyers, of course. This vessel you see before you is quite portly, but volunteers are good volunteers, nonetheless. I was born in 1904 on the southwest side of Crestview. Yeah, to my mother Mary and my father Augusta. My lovely wife was born in Bonifay. She came to Crestview in 1924, and 5 years later I married that woman. You know, back in those days, especially in the Great Depression time, everybody had to work hard just to make it. Black folk and white folk, it didn't matter. Now, back in those times, the turpentine business was big, and I ended up working at one of the stills. Later, the Louisville and Nashville railroads hired me, and I cut railroad ties. And I'm gonna tell you, you learn a lot doing a lot of hard work like that. Soon, I became a skilled cement finisher on a lot of the big bridge projects that we had, especially between Destin and Pensacola. Velma and I both were very active in our community. She in the Eastern Star, and I in the Mason Lodge, which was back on Edna Street. And then they moved to another place on Edna Street, and until it's to where it is now, McDonald Avenue, which used to be James Avenue. I don't know, they change names all the time. Later, the Masons and the Eastern Star became a big part of our lives, and together we did a lot for our community, especially in education. Opportunities to learn to read and write and do arithmetic back in those days for black children was very hard to come by, so the parents were strict, and the teachers was even stricter. Everybody helped in our schools. I guess I must have worked real hard, because eventually I made the 33rd degree in the Masons, and these weren't just handed out. It was for someone who was real contribution to the community and to the Masonic order. I was a past master in my lodge, grand worthy patron, district deputy, grand master, high priest, and doctor of divinity, baby. I made it. I also served the grand patron of the state of Florida of the Order of the Eastern Star. Now, my Velma didn't just sit there. She was worthy patron for over 50 years in the Eastern Star's Florida jurisdiction, Chapter 7A. And in April of the year 2000, it changed its name to the Velma Conyers chapter. I was so proud of that woman. And wouldn't you know it? A few years ago, my own lodge was renamed J.R.L. Conyers Lodge. Now, of course, I wasn't seeking such an honor. I just wanted to make sure the community was a better place for everybody. But I must say, it is a good feeling to have your name on that old lodge. Yes, sir. Well, I kept you here long enough, but it does us so good to know and realize, to be able to look back and see all the hard work Velma and I and the Masons and the Eastern Stars and even the churches helped with my hometown of Crestview grow. Our children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren have many more opportunities than we had. I just hope that they continue the tradition of service to community that we had. Well, I guess I should give this vessel back to its rightful owner. Thank you for stopping by. Do you have a blessed day?